Yeah, I was invited to come and speak to the Young Entrepreneurs Unconvention, and I'm a big believer in helping people become entrepreneurs or helping existing entrepreneurs. I mean, it's been my passion. I started my first business at 21 years of age, and it was successful in the beginning, and it was a miserable failure. And I felt that I simply didn't have the education and knowledge that I would have liked. I wasn't taught at school about how to be an entrepreneur. I wasn't taught at university when I studied accountancy. So really, if you want to be an entrepreneur, they don't teach you at school how to do that. So I really feel for people that really want to make a difference in the world and want to be their own, have their own business. How do they go about learning that knowledge? So I'm passionate about sharing what I've learned in the last 15 years as an entrepreneur, but I've been fortunate enough and blessed to learn off. I have business mentors such as Richard Branson of the Virgin Group and other multi-millionaires and billionaires that I've learned off that's helped me grow and build a dozen successful companies.
Right. And I didn't answer this question earlier, but what do you think is the main challenges for young entrepreneurs today?
Well, I think in the past, the world's changed a lot, so entrepreneurs have a lot more opportunity now. The main challenge for me 15 years ago was that, one, I thought I was too young to be successful, which was a limiting belief. Where now, though, that I see in Generation Y entrepreneurs, they don't seem to have that issue, because now the youth is power, and the opportunity when you're younger. How many young entrepreneurs do we have? Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook is the youngest billionaire on the planet and did that at 24 years of age. So it's really changed because the internet has changed the way we do business, and the internet belongs to Generation Y. So I think young entrepreneurs, they can own this world. I mean, they have probably more opportunity than they ever had. So what are the challenges? I think as long as they believe in themselves, and you see a lot of young entrepreneurs are very self-confident and are out there making things happen, you don't so much need capital, even though that's always a challenge in business. You really need the idea and the team around you, and with the internet, it's a level playing field, so you don't need as much capital as perhaps in the past. So there's a lot more opportunity, I think.
And from your perspective, what would you say to young entrepreneurs? Obviously you said it today, in our speech, but just.
Definitely. Yeah, what I would say is that, the shortcut to success, there's trial and error, and you can go out and do that, but do you have 10, 20, 30 years to test and trial and error to get the experience to be successful? Most people don't. So the key is the shortcut. How do you shortcut? At school, we're taught not to copy. I'm suggesting in the 21st century, we should copy, but we don't call it copying, we call it modeling. In other words, for any idea or business you want to do, there's probably someone that's already done something similar and been successful at it. So model successful people. So any idea you want to do, any business idea you have, go and Google it and find other companies that have done similar things. Look at their websites, look at what they've done and study their successful model. Then you ought to say, how can you do something that's uniquely different and better? So it's always better to improve existing models than it is to start from scratch. So that is the shortcut to success. Hang around successful people, study successful people, pick their brains, take their knowledge. And today's world with the internet and so much free information available, you can learn a lot of valuable education quite inexpensively. But the key is to action that and apply it to your business.
Right. And this event today, do you think it's good?
I was very impressed that the audience is very open-minded, they're very committed, and there's 40% of people in there that already have their own business. The other 60% obviously want to be in business or considering it. So I think it's been great. I think it's a very good audience, the young audience obviously, but then they're out there having a go, and that's the key. You got to have courage. You got to be willing to fail. A lot of people, the biggest challenge is not willing to fail. You got to be willing to risk failure to be successful. And they're prepared to have a go. And I think they've got a lot of potential. There's a lot of very successful business ideas or people in there already doing quite well.
Right. Since you mentioned Richard Branson, how is he? What have you learned from him?
Well, someone like Richard Branson, I'd read his books and I'd learn about him. For like a lot of people, I looked up to him as an entrepreneurial business role model for many years, even before I'd actually got to meet him. And then, 3 or 4 years ago, I got a chance to meet Richard, and then I got a chance to meet him 3 or 4 times and sort of pick his brains and learn different ideas off him, but also just looking what he does in business and learning from him. He's a great role model, I think, for a lot of people. He's probably the most successful entrepreneur on the planet, or certainly one of them. But he also inspires a lot of people because he has fun in what he's doing. He's made it possible. People say business should be fun. If you're passionate, enjoy what you do, you're going to be more successful. And he's someone that's been a good role model of that. And that's, I think, inspires a lot of young people as well to say, they want to be successful, but they just don't want it to be all hard work. They want to actually enjoy their careers, and that is definitely possible. And I think he's a great role model for having fun, but also someone that makes a difference. And I think the younger generation is not just about the money. They want to make a change in the world. And you look at the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Google co-founders, etc. They're very focused on making a positive impact in the world. And today the youth have that opportunity. It's not just about making money. It's an opportunity to make a significant impact and improve this world.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right.